Yo, hello. So today we're going to talk about confidence and how to basically get the confidence you need to take the steps that you need to take in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, like more of your goals become achievable just by writing it down, right? And that touches on a very small principle. It's not about whether someone writes down their goals fast enough or quick enough or whatever. It's whether you believe that this goal is for you. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't try, and it's not even about trying, it's about believing that you can try, believing that that is something that you can do, believing that that is something that your persona that you created can fit into that mold and step into that light. And what I'm here to tell you today is that those aspects, that persona, is like water. It's ever changing. It's your life essence basically fits to this little mold or this little cup that we've cultivated for ourselves. So if you look at the little kid and someone reflects to him that he's so tall, he's a big boy, whatever, you must play a lot of sports, you must do a lot of this thing, and then the kid believes that. The kid is told that, and obviously it's just, oh, someone said this, so it must be true. Or if a lot of people are saying this must be true. And then they go into the world saying, I'm Mohen, I'm good at sports, I'm big, I'm tall, and I do well at sports. And they go in with that mindset. And because they go in with that mindset of this is for me, this works, it opens up gaps in that first experience of doing it that creates a reward. So in sports, just by playing the sport with a certain kind of motivation, you can adapt to it a lot better than if you were just chilling, right? If you were just believing that this thing wasn't for you. And that's the whole concept I want you to learn today, is that, in fact, it isn't your fault. There are some things that are out of your reach. There are some things that are just genuinely unfair in the world. Some people are born with better genetics. Some people are born with a lot of these things. But I also want to refer to you and reiterate to you, you don't have to stay in that light. You have the power to overcome that. I believe you could do it because I've done it, right? And an easy example, I was 7 years old, 8 years old, and I started playing football, right? And I was horrible. I was horrible because I used to stand and talk to people all the time. Why did I stand and talk to people all the time? Because someone said that I was a very sociable kid as a young age, and I developed that habit to talk to people rather than actually playing the sport. I didn't really walk around and tell myself that I was this amazing sportsman. I just believed I was a social person, and what I leaned towards was that natural side of talking. And I built friendships with the opposing team, as opposed to playing against them and trying to win. And that was the first time I started playing soccer, and that was how I approached that whole sport. Then 2-3 years later, I made a friendship, and this guy was super interested in playing soccer. And through that friendship, I became interested in playing soccer. And he created this space where it was such a positive thing that I developed the basic soccer skills very quickly. And then all of a sudden, I started telling myself, you know what, I'm actually good at soccer. I keep scoring goals. Like, this is easy for me. And because that happened, I built that persona about being a soccer player. Then I was chosen for the first team. Then I was chosen for districts. All of these things. It became about, oh, my favorite player is this. Like, I opened up to the world of soccer because I approached it with a different light. And it's the same for maths. It's the same for statistics. It's the same for school subjects, sports, for cars, for engineering, for businesses. You tell yourself, I am that businessman. I am good at interpersonal skills. I am good at dealing with clients. Even if it's not necessarily the case, because this is where, like, the little caveat is that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and what's imagined. central nervous system doesn't know the difference either. And when the central nervous system doesn't know the difference between what's imagined and what's reality, you walk around telling yourself, you know, I'm the big man, I'm like the cheese, everyone loves me, the cheese like whatever it is you want to tell yourself, I am the best businessman, I carry out amazing business deals, things are easy for me. What happens then is the body starts changing its entire chemistry to match that, right? And if you don't believe this, look at how testosterone changes between people who've won more sports games, competitions, or even like small games. Look at the spike between people who have just won a video game, the spike in testosterone between a person who just won a video game versus a person who just lost, right? Even if a person has just told them about a game or about a memory where they won something, their body chemistry changes immediately because they're recalling that event. And that's the power of creating a persona that is a winning persona, is a powerful, positive persona. Because the more times you recall to yourself that it's positive, your body language changes, you sit up differently, you talk to people differently. You may walk into a room that's brand new, that you don't know anyone, and you may speak sheepishly, you may speak with closed body language, but then a week later, when you've beat them in the sport, when you've built the relationships and everything, you're standing with a more projected voice, a deeper voice, a stronger voice, one in which conveys the behavior of a winner. And what happens is when you do that, often people lose the battle against you already because you're so confident. People lose the battle against you already because they get into their head about who they are and who they think you are. And that's the psychology behind it when it's like competitive stuff. But even within yourself, you almost placebo yourself into being a bigger winner because you won previously. And it sounds very vague, but what you must understand is this is completely for you. If you were born with bad genetics, you can be a model. If you were born with poor business connections and business skills because of family reasons, you can completely unwrite that. You first have to convince yourself that business is for you, that you can overcome whatever. It's actually not even about overcoming anything. It's about believing that there's nothing to overcome. All the obstacles in your way, you can completely unwrite just by talking positive about yourself. And that's the purpose of my entire existence, is to tell you, to get you to break the little barrier in your head that prevents you from even trying, prevents you from saying things like, I could be that movie star, I could be the next bodybuilder, I could be the next whatever it is. And that's the beauty of life, that's the beauty of growth and progress. You, if you're watching this as a man or a woman or whatever you identify as, you have the power to grow and change. That's like, humans are blessed with this one thing, and the power to grow, change, learn and overcome is gifted to you. And it becomes supercharged when you realize there's nothing to overcome. It's just you changing who you currently are, how you see yourself in the current moment, and becoming the person who can do the thing that you believe. And all it is learning to let go of who you are 5 minutes ago or a second ago and stepping into the person of who you are or who you want to be now. And it begins with positive self-talk. It begins with letting the previous person who believed that wasn't for them, letting that person die egoically, and adopting the person that can do the things. So I know this was a quick 10-minute video. The channel, subscribe to the channel if you want. There's gonna be my email address. If it's not in this video, it's in other ones. So just have a quick look there. There's also a Calendly link if you want to book some time. And yeah, I've got clients that have been seeing positive effects from this, and even people that aren't clients, people that are just family and close friends, that their family, like families, like their close friends' family, seeing positive lights when I'm trying to explain these concepts. So don't underestimate it. Understand that you can 100% overcome anything that's in your way, and you don't need New Year's resolutions to do that. You just need the confidence to let go of the past.